High vibrations, sweet babies. Happy Halloween, All Saints Day, right? Samhain, there's many names. And however you show up here, you're welcome here. And I'm really glad that you found yourself here. Um, you know, I know there's a lot of like clickbaity readings on the interweb. You can choose to look at it that way if you want to. Sometimes the titles are a little bit ominous, and that's, it's your free will to click on them. It's your free will to listen to them all the way through. Like, whatever you choose to do is your own um, decision, it's your own choice. I just want to express that I really do trust and believe that whether it's my readings or anyone else's readings, they are finding you as they're meant to in divine timing. You can sit here and you can blame algorithms, this, and that, but there's just some things that I think, algorithms are very much like similar to the way that synchronicities work and the energy in life. And I think a lot of mystics will tell you that they understand the algorithm because that's literally what they work with in a different way. And it's like as above, so below, like as this intuitive, so is this digital. And it's like cool to think that sometimes the most magical things in the world are science or technology, things that seem incomprehensible, but yet here they are. And sometimes mystical, woo-woo, nonsensical things are actually so practical and so pragmatic if we just take the time to really um, look into it, look inward, look at whatever it is you want to look at. That's what's coming through right now for whatever reason. I did not really think that's where I was going to go with this, but here we are. So really quick, if you're new here, 222, welcome. New friends, connections, or old friends alike. I am Hannah, aka Bunny, on the internet spaces. I'm a professional model. I'm a mindset coach, and I'm a lover of all things weird, mystical, taboo. And I love to feel into energy. I don't really have a choice, honestly. Um, it's something that's always been a part of my experience, the way I perceive things. And it's been very healing and very powerful for me to take time to be in that, to be in the stillness, to feel into what I am channeling, and sometimes I use oracle cards. Nonetheless, I'm glad you're here. Thank you for being here, for listening along. And yeah, it really does mean a lot to me that you found your way here. I don't have that many people listening. I had some more people who were listening a while ago. Speaking of algorithms, maybe that's something on my end. I switched my thumbnail. Thumbnails matter. There's a lot that goes into the whole like World Wide Web spaces. And amongst all of that, I'm just grateful that, whoever is feeling drawn to listen to these messages and connecting with these messages is here. If that's a few handful of people, I'm just grateful that you resonate and that you find my soul food for thought delicious. Okay. And yeah, I'm really just feeling like there's this feeling of wanting to be very intentional and like not just acting. And I like that. I like the carefulness and the thoughtfulness that's behind that energy, but I do feel like there's also this sort of this negative component to it where it feels a little bit like you don't know really where to begin. Like there's so much available for you at the current present, and if it doesn't feel like it at the current present, it's like right around the corner. and it's almost like you don't know how to approach it or where to begin. So let's talk about this, because the energy and the topic of discernment is very, very prominent in what I've been feeling into. And this comes with a lot of deep inner knowing, a lot of trust for self. This comes with taking time to be with how you feel emotionally and what's showing up in your body. I saw a thread, because I've been hanging out on threads. I just like the vibe on threads sometimes. And then other times there's like these random people that just show up and have a lot to say. And I'm like, who are you? Goodbye. Like, I like shouting into the void. Thank you very much. Yeah, but other than that, it's a great place. And I like to use it as a diary where I feel like no one's really paying attention, but it would be cool to connect. So come hang out with me on threads, perhaps. Um, I saw on threads though, someone was like, you say you don't give a fuck, but I saw you bobbing your leg. Or, I don't believe your I don't give a fuck act. I saw you touching on your necklace. Like, these little mannerisms that just kind of show like there's some energy that's needing to be expressed. Listen, that's not a bad thing. I just think it's funny because at the end of the day, like, we're all human and we can try to give off this bravado perhaps of like, oh, this doesn't bother me, this doesn't affect me, but like, your body will literally tell you otherwise, and it will continue to show you otherwise until you like do something about it. This could be like literal heightened activity, like where you're fidgeting, you're moving your fingers or your hands a lot, and your legs or your feet and your leg is shaking, or a jaw clenching, just like these little things that it's just body language in a way, but at the other end of it, it's like your body wanting to express an emotion or something that feels like pent up or held in or repressed. And listen, collective, we know, if you've been hanging out and listening for a while, like, we know what that repression can lead to. It can lead to things ending up a lot bigger or a lot worse than they needed to be had we just found healthy ways to express them. So like, if I'm being completely honest, yeah, 47, let me trust my intuition. This feels like energy that needs to be expressed vocally in some way, whether it's like writing. Like, vocal can be like you're putting it into words, you're making words for the things that you're feeling. So journaling, I don't know, poetry. I've been really into poetry. And, chanting, letting your throat space open up. And sometimes it's just like being really honest and saying what you need to say, saying how you feel, like sharing something that's on your mind, or speak something into existence with someone that you really trust. I did that the other day, and it actually felt like really good to just be like, actually, you know what? Here's the truth about how I'm feeling about this. And I don't think many people are really going to see where I'm coming from or really understand why I'm saying this, but like, I trust that you know that I'm always going to follow my heart and what's good for me. And I'm telling you because, I trust that you're going to always support me in whatever it is I set out for. And even if that person might not completely agree with you, having a place where you can say like, this is my truth, this is what I want for myself, this is how I'm feeling, and knowing that it's just going to be received and accepted is, I think, something that's very beautiful and very healing, but it's going to be really helpful for you right now as you sort of work through whatever it feels like a block. It does feel like some kind of blockage in some way. And I'm feeling like that's bringing up something inside of me, and it feels like a fear, and it's interesting. So Yeah, I think there's definitely something, 59 has been significant, and I have my notes. Hang on one second, let me refer to my notes. Okay, 59. Okay, yeah, stay open and be loving to yourself and others, because, this is really a time when there is a change coming in. Okay, there is a change that's coming in. It might need to be ushered in with some kind of releasing of fear, or letting something out, saying something, opening up that throat space so that you can create more balance within your energy centers. I do feel like energy centers are also very significant at this time. But it does feel like, it almost feels like a writer's block. It's not like you're short of creativity. You always have a lot of ideas. You're always like very tapped in, and you feel very inspired. But it's more of like something like actualizing, something like the next steps, the next things to do. Ooh, this is interesting. Something about putting on shoes. This is so specific. This is so random and so specific, but as always, I'm going to trust it. Something about like when you're putting on your shoes, like a thought that you have, or a memory or a feeling or something about that, and recognizing the importance in each step that you're taking. You're being very intentional. Ooh, something about like walking by faith is also very important. And it just seems like 57 is showing up, letting you know that it's okay to believe in miracles and come back into this belief of like anything is possible. Be in that very whimsical, magical headspace. And don't force anything. Just allow things to flow. The Mercury in retrograde energy might be creating this sort of feeling of like, the energy slowing down, or to almost a degree where it looks like it's going backwards, like all of this forward motion, momentum. And then Mercury kind of came in and it was like, actually, hold up, pause, let's get some information, let's really tune in. And you're feeling that, and you're feeling it maybe a little bit more so than you were expecting to feel it. And this is giving you space and time to gather more data, but I think it's also creating maybe a little bit of a scattered headspace, or not really sure of like direction, that sort of energy, kind of adding confusion and a little bit of cloudiness to your time right now. And it's not a bad thing. It's just a challenge. It's just an invitation to sort of work through whatever's showing up for you. And it feels like there is like a block, and it does feel like fear. And I think doing some specific like throat opening practices are really going to be so important for you in this time and space. And also having a lot of fun, doing things that just allow you to like feel like this sense of spiritual release, things that light you up inside, things that make you smile and you lose track of time. Something about timelines and time is very interesting. Certain songs are really showing up for you right now with some messages and symbols in them. And I'm also seeing like specific TV shows are like reminding you of I don't even want to say a past timeline, but a point in your timeline that was a huge shift for you and very significant and prominent for you. And it's interesting because I do have this sense of like déjà vu energy sort of showing up that also showed up in a time, I want to say it was around an eclipse season that was like a tower moment. And that deja vu was showing up to say like this timeline slipping away. But that's not the feeling of this deja vu. This deja vu is bringing up a lot of like interesting feelings and new perspectives. And I almost want to say like the deja vu is almost like giving you, it's like when you look into a crystal ball, right? And you see like in the movies when they have like a crystal ball and it's all cloudy and foggy, and like all of a sudden the closer that looks and the more it zooms in, like this image appears and it shows like, that's how you're looking back at. That's like so like witchy and Halloweeny, and I love it. But that's kind of how you're looking back when you have these moments of deja vu, and like certain things are bringing you back to a certain point in your timeline, and it feels like you're looking through a crystal ball, and like there's this fog that's like dissipating, and you're looking back with so much clarity, and you're also like the mystic who's holding it and realizing like you have a lot of infinite potential and a lot of magic and a lot of talents and gifts and strengths that you want to, I don't know, it's like you want to send all of that to that version of yourself. But instead of feeling like this deja vu of something like kind of I'm not exactly sure how I want to speak on this. And that might be an energy that somebody resonates with or whatever, but that is, I don't really know how to approach, yes, this like, whatever the deja vu feeling is, it's like, I know this is important. Like there's this sense of like inner knowing of like, this is significant. I know this is important. I don't really know what to do with it. It's like, somebody take this crystal ball. I don't know what to do with it. It's like weird. I don't really know how to speak on this, but that's where these practices are going to come through. Like you have to tap into your gifts, come back to your magic, come back to your voice, come back to like this beautiful upper energy, this inner knowing of what you're capable of and what potential you truly have. Okay, infinity symbols is showing up in my mind's eye like very clearly, and just the energy of infinite potential. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of like throat space energy, which is related to music. You know, Mercury is like the air element is all about conversations and information. This is like energetically, this is through voice, this is through sound, this is through digital, this is through text, this is through letters, this is through all the forms. It's even through travel, right? Like it's so interesting how Mercury shows up at these times, and it's just like sprinkles a little something into the mix, and all of a sudden there's like this shift, and it's like whoa, what the what, you know? And so is it just me, friends? Just I in this? No, there's this like genuine feeling of feeling really connected to something going on with the throat space, and that being a really powerful place for you to work from. So yeah, music has been really significant. There's been some songs that keep popping into my head like so randomly. There's the you're just too good to be true, can't take my eyes off of you, the sight of you leaves me weak, there are no words left to speak, so if you feel how I feel, just let me know that it's real. You're just too good to be true, can't take my eyes off of you. I need you, baby. And if it's quite alright, I love you, baby. Mess that up to warm the lonely nights. So let me love you. Trust in me when I say, oh, pretty baby, don't let me down, I beg. Oh, pretty baby, now that I found you, stay, let me love you. Love that song. Been listening to that one since I was like 2 years old in the back of my mom's car. She had a lot of R&B hits we used to listen to. The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, okay? But yeah, like this feeling of, I don't know, you've got it, and I want it. This like magnetic aura about you. You have this star power, 111, 14, honey. You are really it. Like, you're it. I don't know. But people are seeing that because you're seeing that in yourself. And you're also not interested in persuading anyone of that. Whoever doesn't see that is like, they don't exist, you know, because people who are it, legit, the shit, they see that in others, right? Namaste was coming up. It's like, the light in me sees the light in you. And that is like what you're feeling into. It's like anything that does not feel like that, just, it's like, it doesn't even fucking exist in your eye. Like, in your mind's eye is significant too. A lot of third eye energy is showing up for this collective as well. Y'all might be very intuitive, okay? Or just really tapping into the mysticism right now, especially during this time. That was my last reading that I shared right before Samhain, was like, there's a lot of people who are really tapping into like their true gifts and like the true nature of life, and just how fucking groovy that is. So, you know, if that's you, you're awakening to how fucking groovy life is and how groovy it is to be, you know, working with that. And it's awakening you to your self-worth and the things that you align with and your star power and what you're calling in. And anything that's just not at that frequency, like not like riding on that same wavelength, is just like, it's not doing it for me. No, thank you. It doesn't exist. You're like very focused right now. You're very focused right now, actually. Like, very. And I don't know, something about that is like, ooh, yes. The attention and the intention and the focus. Okay, hold up. Why is this spicy? Why is this energy feel spicy all of a sudden? It's got me blushing, low-key. 14. Yeah, there's this like feeling of like something is very focused on you. You're focused on yourself, and you're focused on only things that make you feel like this. And it's like juicy, alive, like electric, turned on, magnetic. It's like, yes, like that is the only thing that you're really like, it's not even that you're giving your focus to, it's like the only thing you can focus on. It's like you don't have the attention span, no offense, and I think this is a good thing, to be focused on anything else, because whatever this is, it's like it just turns your fucking soul on so much that like anything else is just like a distraction. It's just like that's not what you're needing to be focused on in your life. So anyway, there is this feeling of like, ooh, you're manifesting. Like you are manifesting. If I've ever felt the vibration of someone who's like fucking calling something in and they mean, oh, you mean business, baby. You mean business, baby. You are so serious. You're locked the fuck in. Hells yeah. Hells yeah. I love that for you. And it feels like that's the energy beneath the fear. Like, fear is kind of coating this like magnificence that you've been cultivating, and it's like not even real fear. I'm sorry, it is real for you, and it feels like a block, and it shows up at random times, but you're opening your throat space, and me like literally just singing helped that. So let me encourage you to do that because it's gonna move that stuff through and bring you back into flow and bring you back into that space of like, wait, hold up, I magic, first of all. Second of all, I'm busy manifesting my fucking dreams right now, so let me get back to that. And that is like, there's going to be a lot of things also that come with that focus on what feels right in your soul, what lights you the fuck up, what is like truly just like in your heart of hearts, you're like, this is it for me, and nothing else is like distracting you from that. Like you're just following that feeling, you're following that bliss, you're following that gut instinct, and it's heightening your manifestation. It is literally putting it into like full throttle. Like, holy guacamole. 17, I really wasn't expecting this energy. It's like so powerful. Like, it is giving like whoa, you're, yes, like whatever you say, yes, okay, you know, like I know a queen when I see one. Ooh, I know a king when I fucking see one. You know, it's giving high priestess, it's giving hierophant, honey. It's like all the kings. Ooh, all the kings. What I mean by that is like each in the tarot, there's different kings and they represent different things. But when you get to a point when you're like mastering each of those things, you become the hierophant. The hierophant is the king of kings. Okay, so it's like, you are human, you feel fears, you have doubts, you get confused, you get turned around, you slow down, you have to change pace, you adapt, you flow, okay? And yet, here you are, still remaining in your truth, still aligned with your purpose, still aligned with your heart, and you are manifesting something. You know. You might not have people who know around you who know what you're up to. It's for you. Like, you and the divine have been having conversations. You and your soul, your highest self, are focused on something, and it's like you couldn't pull away or look away from that if you wanted to. And here's the thing, is that this discernment is really like a gift and a tool and an asset that you've been strengthening, and you are probably going to be asked to call upon it. I'm sensing a multitude of energies showing up, okay? Bear with me, right? It means nothing. I'm going to just put it at that. There's going to be a lot of energies around you that are so lackluster to what you've been drawn to, what you've been called towards, what you've been manifesting, what you've been pouring into, what you've been aligning yourself with, portal after portal, honey, okay? And you are, you're facing your fears, but you have the self-awareness to understand that those fears are directly related to the things that you've been aligning with and the things that you've been working on. You're not out here like in panic mode and like feeling the fears and like feeling like you put yourself into this complete space of disillusionment. No. You know you've been aligning with this magician energy. You know what you were walking towards, a portal where you were going to have to make wishes, and you were going to make sure that those wishes came true. Everything in your power, right? And this is where your power is facing those fears. So everything in your power to see. Okay, are you listening? I just wanted to make sure by smacking into things with my exuberant energy. You were asked to, with everything within your power. That means looking your fears in the face. Ooh, and there's something to do with face. Something in your face, something has been either like something is now in your face, like you can't ignore it, or something is getting in your face and you kind of have to put up this sort of confidence and just be like, look, whatever, this is where maybe there's a blockage. This could also be an as above, so below thing. Like if you address something that needs to be said that's happening for you in the shadow spaces and bringing up a lot of fear, bringing up a lot of things that you deem as negativity, things that are really also guiding lights on your path to push you towards what you do want. And when you work through that energy, another channel opens up and you're actually able to express something in your creativity or with your voice or in writing, or a project starts to come to life, whatever. I do see that you're working on something. Something is trying to manifest and take shape. And this could be creatively, this could be multiple things. You could be very multifaceted and you could have your hands in a lot of different things. But I do see that you are manifesting something. This is something that you have been specific upon. This is something that the divine has like whispered into your ear, has put into your like heart. Like this is something that you feel on a soul level. And you're also strengthening your manifestation powers. It's funny, but like you're in your innate capacity to do the thing. You're strengthening that by seeing how many things you can manifest in your everyday life. Opportunities, jobs, money, silly little things like a good parking space. You're like, I'm gonna just start tapping into this. Like, this is something I can do and I'm gonna do it. And it exists in all different forms. And I see that by doing this and having this perspective of opening yourself up to this idea of you really being a co-creator with the universe and following your heart-led and your soul-led purpose, that like you can make some magic fucking happen. That what you're really working towards, it's just coming at an even more like rapid and expanded pace. And I do feel like there is a little bit of fogginess around whatever you're manifesting, and I do want to just encourage you that the divine is saying it's because there's something even bigger and beautiful coming with it. It's not to say that your manifestation won't come through or that you're going to have to shift your gears or sacrifice what you thought it was. No, the divine is saying just expect it to be magnificent. Expect it to be beyond what you were even praying for. Expect it to be greater than good. Expect it to be delicious, honey. Okay? But back to this topic of interesting. It could feel like a whirlwind, actually. Try your best to stay grounded, to stay balanced, to come from that nice groovy baseline of being grateful for all the things, whether it's high or low, dark or light, whatever you want to call it, just being in that steady place of, but I'm here and I'm glad to be here and I'm excited about being here. Because it does feel like there will be movement, there will be momentum, and whatever feels slow, stagnant, or even at a standstill or a pause or feels inaccessible, blocked, whatever, that's not how it's going to stay. And it's important that you continue on with this beautiful focus. Like, ooh, yes, focus is turning me on right now. The idea of focus is like, ooh, doing it for me, honey. Okay. And that is, I'm just going to encourage more of that for you. And maybe that's how you feel too, is like, everything that you want wants you more. And like, that's the only thing you're interested in. Like, why would you, you know, like, whatever's for you is like gonna feel so much better than anything that's just not. And like, you are going to have a lot of opportunity showing up. I see a lot of things just sort of all of a sudden, when it felt like you didn't know what doors to take or if there would ever be a door open, it feels like there are doors all over the fucking place, like motherfucking Scooby-Doo, one door over here, you know, and you're like, where the fuck have when did all these things open up for me? But what you're going to see is that you have the ability to open doors left and right. When you start really harnessing your star power, when you start really coming from an authentic heart space, genuine led, soul purpose led space, that those doors that were closed before were just not for you. And you can open many doors, and there are a lot of doors that are actually a lot easier to walk through than you had once anticipated. But what you're seeing now is that not all of them are rooms that you actually will feel your best self. They are not always going to be doors that bring you to this really ecstatic, soul, like nourished, juicy, like alive place. Okay, just because I put it in the caption of my other video. It was like, just because you can open this door doesn't mean it's the door for you. Like, you're actually more interested in portals at the current present. That's how I'm feeling. It's like, there's a lot of things that are showing up. Mercury likes to bring people from left, right, center, wherever. And it's like, okay, it's nice. It's nice to feel like there's opportunities. It's nice to be shown recognition and appreciation. It's nice, it's flattering, but it's not for me. Not for me. Thank you. Not for me. Sorry. Not sorry, because you're gonna have what's yours. And by me saying that, you know, those things that seem really inviting, seem very beautiful, there's this emphasis on all that glitters isn't gold. Okay, so just because it looks enticing, and it might be, I'm gonna be real, this looks like there could be some money attached to some of these things, and there's a lot of offers. Oh, this might be similar collective that I've read for in the past, because this is a very similar message coming through, and Spirit is like saying the same exact thing. So I'm gonna continue to share exactly what I shared then. It's like, there's gonna be an offer you can't refuse, and yet here you are refusing it. And this feels like a job. This feels like something money. This feels like something status, because what you have developed within your sense of value and self-worth, there's no price tag that you can put on it. And that is something that's going to actually increase your crown center, increase your star power, to know that just because it might add monetary value, or it might make your status elevated in some way, or it might make you look good, it might make you like look better to some people, that it doesn't actually bring you value in your heart and in your soul. And right now, soul value is very important for you, because you are trying to manifest something from the soul. So anything that's not on that vibrational frequency is just like not going to be supportive for your soul's mission, for what you feel is meant for you. And not only that, what you've been pouring your intentions into, you've been doing the inner work, you have been going through these lessons and these portals like so courageously. Like, it's like a hero's journey, and I love that for you. But, you know, that creates this sort of standard for the things that you're wanting and the things that you're accepting into your experience. So yeah, you're gonna be saying no to things, and it's no longer from a place of fear, of feeling like an imposter, of feeling like you're hiding maybe, or whatever it was. Now you're saying no from this empowered place of saying like, it's just not for me. It's not that it's not good enough. It's not that it's not a nice offer, and it might be perfect for someone else, but it's just not for me, because you have already so diligently set your sights and set your focus and set your intention on what is. And you know what that feels like. Something tells me you felt it before. And because of that, it's created this very clear, okay, so this is part of your crystallization of what you're calling in. And that was something that I did say was going to start happening over the next few days it's lunchtime again, friends, so I'm sorry if you just heard my stomach growl. But whatever it is that you are trying to manifest, gain clarity around, figure out what your next steps, right? One day at a time, one foot in front of the other. That's sort of the energy, is like you're taking it one step at a time. You're being thoughtful and careful about your moves and what you're saying yes to and what you're accepting, okay? Because you have been really tapping into some really groovy things, some things that don't necessarily make sense to just anyone, but you being the soul-led person that you are, you're really feeling your path. You're feeling divinely guided. You're really like, you're doing it. You're like doing it. And I just see you being in this place of like, once you get over the initial fear of whatever this was that's like causing a feeling of like pause or stagnancy or whatever, that you actually just feel like a real sense of trust. And it brings a sense of spiritual like liberation and freedom to just be in that place of trust, because being in that space has brought you here. You've been in that space where you've had to just fall into trust, and it was a lot scarier in the past, and you're building this new capacity to be like, yes, but the universe, source, the divine, God has carried me here to this point and has got me through each and every other circumstances, challenges, struggles, whatever, and I'm here. And this is where I'm at, and this is how I feel. And even if like some of my external things don't look that different, the evolution I have experienced and some of the things that I've achieved along the way is enough for me to feel as though God's got me. Okay, for some reason that's what came out, was like, you were in trust. And that's really sometimes when we're in this co-collaborative dance with the universe, that's like really the only thing you can do, is just be in that place of trust that you were divinely guided, you are divinely protected, you are, yeah. So there's this feeling of coming back into this place of, I trust my journey, I trust the process, I trust in what I feel, I trust in my heart, I trust, that's it. Coming to a place of trust is actually very significant, and it's something that I've definitely been really understanding and realizing has a lot more to do with some other big emotions and experiences. It's not just like the topic of trust. It's like there's always something like attached to that, a story, an experience, and how that shapes the way in which we trust. And I think that's been a huge component to my spiritual journey, is this feeling of, okay, even if I don't necessarily know where I'm going or what's to come and how this is all going to play out and how everything's going to take shape, and I mean just this whole thing of life, right? I still trust that I'm exactly where I need to be. I'm exactly who I'm supposed to be. And I'm doing exactly what I need to be doing. And that's the most peaceful thing that you can do for yourself, and how you can go through this journey for yourself. So, okay, I do feel like this is leaving me. I just want to go ahead and thank you once again for listening along. This one did get a little bit lengthy. I don't know how I always end up doing that, but I trust in the things that I'm feeling into. I trust in the words that leave my mouth. I trust that I trust. And I'm just going to leave it at that. All right. So I'm sending you all my loving, and I will talk to you very soon.